on, right? How many I Hate Shuli shows did we do? 4 or something?
We did 2, and then we did the third one when he started that awful podcast. So we did 3. We could have done,
and they're like
4.
12 hours or something total.
Oh, it's just War and Peace.
His real name is Shaul, which I found in one of the things I ferreted out.
Shocked me when you ferreted that. I had no idea.
Shuli's actually a fake name. It's Shaul.
In his little mind, Shuli, Shaul, what's the difference, really? It's
like, it's snappy. He's trying to showbiz himself up like it's going to work. If anything, it'll work against him. He really thought, I'm going to change it to Shuli, and I'm going to become the next Adam Sandler. He really, even in his mind, he thought that was what's going to happen. Remember that the first time Shuli was on the air he thought that my favorite thing and Howard's favorite thing is the N-word.
Right.
And I'm going to tell a shitty Jackie joke with the N-word in it and fully pronounce N-I-G-E with the hard R, yes.
Is it Egar? Yeah, who even know? Is it Egar? Is it really for real?
Yeah, for real. I'm not making
it. It's not Egar?
Egar.
So that name is...
So it's 2012. Shuli's been on the show for 7 years, or maybe they're just finding his last name out now. Isn't that crazy? The Buckwald Troika is just finding out his fucking last name 7 years after he joins the show. And it's on the news where he fully pronounces his name.
Right. I guess he's never sent them a W-9 to get paid for what he does.
You think he was getting paid off the books? That's possible.
Yeah, maybe.
That's possible, right? And he moved to Alabama where everyone's off the books.
Worse than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's like
Egar. We should just call him Egar.
Egar.
Like Egar.
Get over here.
Egar.
Yes,
come here.
Howard looks at me and goes,
look at Fred coming to life, right? He doesn't say another word for the rest of the week, by the way. That's it.
Yeah. By the way, this is them recycling a bit, like the not knowing how to pronounce Shuli's last name is a bit that I've heard them do like 4 times over the years. So
yeah,
I think it is the selective memory. It's the pretending not to remember, but it's also like, I need to pick at something. So I'm going to pick at the pronunciation of your last name as a bit because it just kills time before I have to go home.
Yep. And so this is the only place that accepts people with no talent, no charisma, like Shuli. And you ride it out. This doesn't translate to anything else in all of show business. You better you better transition out of here because you can't put this on a resume. This does not cross over to anything else. Any other show, especially Shuli, who was forced to move to declare bankruptcy and then move to Alabama.
Shuli's the evidence of Shuli's there for over 15 years. He leaves, he's fired, and no other industry job available to him.
Yep.
He comes here with us where anybody can start a podcast if they want to.
I also think that a lot of them joined the show thinking that Howard's chair was a slot to fill once he retired, that somehow like they'd work their way to the Artie chair, and then when Howard was ready to go, they would take that over. And
they're thinking Gary's gonna have his own show, and they can sit with Gary.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, there's two guys. There's 2 guys that are thinking on that level, like all the time. One of them is Jason.
Yeah.
In terms of, and the other one's Shuli.
Right.
So
Shuli
you saw Shuli at work during the Hurricane Sandy saga.
Yeah.
That was what Shuli thought was going to be his Artie. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to be the next Artie, and I'm going to overlaugh at everything Howard says.
Makes me sick. And remember him sitting there. We got the audio. He just sits there and he can't bring anything. I've got to say something the way Artie did, but I can't because I'm talentless. Fuck.
Well, he also I don't know how. Sometimes with Shuli is how unself-aware he is, or he has to know the temperature of the pulse rate of the audience who misses Artie all the time, like just one message board thread after the next, still like 4 years later about Artie. So he knows he's got to be coming in, and there's no way you're going to win these people over. I don't know, how stupid do you think you're going to be? You have no charisma. It doesn't even matter if he says something clever or witty or funny. We just hate you. You're just icky.
It's a drop in the ocean.
It doesn't matter. It's him saying it. So you just hate him no matter what comes out of his mouth.
A broken clock is right twice a day. Exactly.
Right.